Chaotic, and it has changed my life. I've been a fan of his ever since. I love this collection. Thousands most legendary supermodels and more. The four queens of the runway. Fashion, New York Fashion Week is right around the corner. Librarian tonight, and that's because I came to read a bitch. Jaja's Atelier, bitch. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Jaja's Atelier. And if you didn't recognize me, yes, it is yours truly, Jaja. I've just got a new unit on today. I just kind of wanted to play with it and see how it looked on camera. I'm kind of feeling it. I'm really feeling myself in this honey blonde teddy bear, hot wing blonde. Yeah, you guys tell me what you think about it in the comments. I'm just experimenting. You know, I'm 34 and I can wear what the fuck I want. Anyway, so I just actually finished filming a brand new episode of Thrift Trip for you guys. I'm taking you guys to South Boston to find out if this thrift trip was a bust or not. Make sure you stay tuned. The episode is also featuring my best friend Adrian. I'm gonna try to have a guest on every episode. Adrian is usually like filming me. He doesn't really talk much, but he was definitely talking on the last episode of Jaja's Atelier. He was sitting over here with me on the couch, and he's definitely talking a little bit in this episode, so you'll see more of Adrian. I can't wait. I think the next person I need to do an episode with is my homegirl Yanita. She lives out in Norfolk and she's a stylist. I think it would be great, like two stylists linking up to go thrift shopping. Oh honey, that's gonna be a 3-hour episode. I'm just gonna let you know right now. But yeah, so that was really fun. And so listen, let's get into these hot topics. So we've all seen it. Everybody's been talking about it. So we're going to talk about it here in the Atelier. Actor from Power and Power Book, Michael Rainey Jr. being sexually assaulted live on YouTube. Now, this happened last week. Earlier this week. It's Saturday. So just to catch you guys up, Michael Rainey Jr. So the YouTubers are doing this really strange thing. I think it's a hot ghetto mess, in my personal opinion. So they're doing this thing where they have celebrities come in their house, and you know their family members are kind of walking in and out. I think the innovator of this is that Kai Cenat guy. I think he's the one that started doing it. The name of this particular podcaster who's doing this, who's jumping on this trend, is Talil, and I think he's from New York. He sounds like he's from New York. He's really cute, by the way. Anyway, I didn't take my hormones this week. Excuse me. The testosterone is really kicking in. Anyway, so he was on the Talil show, and apparently this young lady is Talil's younger sister. I'm showing the video right here. I mean, she just walks in and I don't even think she grabbed it from the outside. I think she put her hand in his pants. Girl, she went for the gusto, honey. She gave no fucks. So after that, other celebrities were there besides Michael Rainey Jr. Rapper Chinese Kitty, who thinks that everybody knows her, but I don't know if everybody does, and I don't know if anybody should. But I actually like Chinese Kitty. I think she's really cute and kind of fiery, but some of the things she says, good God. But rapper Chinese Kitty, and also Kai Cenat was there, and a host of other goons and guys in the background, as well as children walking in and out. You can see in the video, she's doing this right in front of these little girls that's standing in front of them. Now, listen, this is sexual assault. He did not ask for you to grope him. And, you know, everybody was speaking out online, you know, basically saying, like, listen, she should, you know, face the consequences and repercussions of her actions. Her brother, the host of the show, Talil, came out after the clip surfaced online. Just the very next day after the clip went viral online, and he actually surprised me and took full accountability, and said whatever Michael decides to do, which if that includes pressing charges or whatever, he is he's going along with whatever Michael wants, because Michael was the one who was abused. Michael Rainey then responded, I'm gonna do something different today, guys. I'm doing my notes off my tablets. Yes, she's trying to elevate, okay? So Michael Rainey tweeted this. At this point, everyone has seen the video circulating online. I am still in shock and don't fully know how to process what happened last night. This is an unfortunate situation that I do not condone in any way. I can't take it lightly because I know I would be in serious trouble if the roles were reversed. Keep that last sentence in mind. The fact is, sexual assault is never okay, regardless of gender or status. We are all human, and we are all human, and we should respect each other. Most importantly, we should always respect ourselves. So, of course, all the men were in agreement, and a lot of the men were like, well, see, when it's us doing it to y'all women. And that's why I said hold on to that one sentence, because, listen, I'm going to say what everybody's not saying, okay? A lot of you men don't consider this sexual assault. You don't take it seriously when it's women, let alone a man. I also feel like this is men's moment, especially with everything that's come out about Diddy, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, and now most recently, producer and music artist The Dream, who is now facing SA accusations. I feel like this is men's way of saying, aha, you bitches do it too. And y'all don't care when y'all do it to us. I think it's more of that. I don't think they really care about a woman walking up to them grabbing their dick. I just don't think they give a fuck. I don't think it's right. I don't think women should do that. I actually think it makes you look really desperate and thirsty, if you ask me. But at the same time, a lot of those advances from women are welcomed by men, especially hypersexual, toxic men. They think that's what makes them a man. That's what they brag about. And to actually further my statement, his boss, producer and creator of Power and Power Book, put this on social media. Wait, sexual assault from a male perspective, this was an aggressive advance. LOL, he's fine, no charges are being pressed. At Bronson Cognac, at Lychee Manjuro. I don't know who that is. 50 Cent, aren't you the same man that's suing your baby mama for defamation of character for allegedly lying on you that you physically assaulted her? Aren't you the same man that's also going after Tierra Marie after you posted salacious pictures of her online, which, by the way, is sexual assault? A form of sexual assault. And this proves my point. Like, your boss, I mean, even if Michael wanted to sue, he can't sue now. He can't sue her now. And even if he was to sue her, she's a regular round-the-way girl. What is he going to get? This is not an aha moment for you men. This is not like y'all, I told you so. This is not that. This man was sexually assaulted, and it needs to be taken seriously when a victim comes out and speaks and has the courage to come out and tell their truth. It needs to be taken seriously until proven wrong. Man, woman, trans man, gay woman, black, white, purple, green. If somebody is being sexually assaulted, it needs to be taken seriously. Men have taken sexual assault very lightly for a very long time now. And as we can see, The walls are crumbling in. It's no longer a joke at the water cooler at work. And it doesn't matter your status or how much money you have, you will go down. Now, somebody asked me, do I think that Michael Rainey, because there was rumors circulating that I heard, and I don't know this to be true, but that him and the sister, Michael Rainey, and Talil's sister went missing for a good 20, 30 minutes after this had happened. Now, I don't watch that kind of stuff. I'm not into that whole, y'all celebrities come to my house and my family just be all over you. Like, I don't think that that's, I mean, even in the video, he said, I'm trying to do anything for clout. I'm trying to do anything for clout right now. So that's what that's all about. It's a game. But do I think that he was mad that she grabbed him up? No, not really. I don't think he was upset. And that's just my personal opinion. He might be very upset. He might have a girlfriend that's not famous that we don't know about. And now he's put, this man's sister has put Michael Rainey in a predicament with his lady at home. It could be anything. But on the surface, looking at it, does it look like he's offended? No. And a lot of people were saying, well, he's laughing. Well, a lot of people have a nervous laugh when they feel uncomfortable. I do. Doesn't necessarily mean I think something is hilarious. Bitch, I'm uncomfortable. Back up. You know, but listen. Take sexual assault seriously, not just to prove that y'all not the only ones that do it, because that's really fucking childish. Take sexual assault seriously because you are invading somebody else's space. You're having a lack of boundaries when dealing with people. You are violating someone. And he was violated. And shame on 50 Cent for posting this. I really thought that that was messy. Like, but I expect nothing less from 50 Cent. He's a fucking fat ass joke. Everything is a joke to him. Listen, I feel bad for Michael Rainey. I'm sure he's a little embarrassed now. I put him up there with, like, to me, he's kind of like the male Keke Palmer, you know. He's never had a scandal. I've never heard anything about him. He's quite a handsome young fella. He's nice. He seems nice. He seems like he was just there, you know, trying to do this guy a favor. He wanted him on the show, you know, trying to get his name out there because allegedly, I think Power and Power Book is coming to an end. They've been saying that for the last 3 years, but they're saying that it's coming to an end. So you know, of course, why not go on the show and see what it's all about and have a good time? He wasn't going there with the intention of getting his dick grabbed up, you know. But I do think that the men are kind of using this, like, you see, you bitches do it too, and I just don't think that's neither here nor there. You don't give a fuck about him getting sexually assaulted. Because I remember when Terry Crews came out and said that he was sexually assaulted, and that was a couple of years ago. I think that was before COVID even. And everybody, he was made a laughingstock, and I haven't seen him working since. Listen, take it serious. Because you can be found liable. You can go to jail. You can lose your career. You could lose everything. And that'll be that. You know, whether you're a regular person or a rich and famous person. Especially if you're a rich and famous person. Please. Anyway, that's my take on it. So, moving on to happier news. So, legendary supermodel Iman is gracing the multiple covers of Instyles' 30th anniversary issue, celebrating 30 years of style. In a conversation with fellow supermodel Precious Lee, businesswoman and designer Aurora James, and our girl Keke Palmer, She's styled by another legend, Jason Rembert. In the mag, she's wearing a host of designers, Schiaparelli. She's wearing Jean Galliano. She's also wearing Stephanie Rowland. She's photographed, which I really found interesting because I've never heard of these young men before. Let me make sure I get it right. She's photographed by Ahmad Barber and Dante Maurice, and they are two very handsome, very talented young black photographers. And they actually have, I believe it's called ADBM, I believe. I'll make sure I get that right and put a picture of their social media so you can check out their work over here. But I just love to see this. There's a quote from, oh, she's also in Fendi. I love the Fendi cover. My favorite look has to be the Fendi cover. I think the cover where she's wearing the silver Fendi, this one, I think this is my favorite by far. In the magazine, of course, she talks about the love of her life, David Bowie, and getting over that. But there was one quote that I found very interesting, and she says in the magazine, and I quote, "I don't need to be an icon to many. I just need to be an icon to a few." And that really resonated with me because in this current day and time, everybody's looking for the most views and the most clicks and the most likes, and everybody wants to be iconic, and everybody wants to be a star, you know, including me. Um, and I think sometimes when we're chasing that dream, we forget the people that actually, we're so busy chasing the numbers, we forget to cater to the people that actually have been supporting us since day one. And the people who we inspire. Maybe they're not celebrities. Maybe they're not, you know, the person that you thought you needed the attention from, but everybody matters. And that word icon floats around a lot here these days. And I think we talk about icons more than we actually have icons. So I really appreciate that quote. You guys know I love Iman. Her story is just, it's just a real rags to riches story, and just how much she had to overcome coming from another country, not knowing, you know, what this was or what that was. She was kind of thrown into the modeling industry, and she ended up dominating, being one of the pioneers of black models of all time, even before Naomi. And you know, the person interviewing her, Precious Lee, and all these girls, she came before. She is mother, okay? Before there was a Beverly Peel, before there was a Naomi Campbell, before there was a Tyra Banks, honey, there was Iman. Okay, so I just want to send a huge congratulations to her. Who better to grace the cover celebrating 30 years of style than this just gorgeous, dynamic woman. So huge shout out to her, and also huge shout out to the photographers. This was great work. I love the images. I love the Schiaparelli cover. Now I remember this look from the last runway show, and they said that these were dressage knots. But honey, these look like Bantu knots, and I said that before. I said that when the collection was came. I said, they said, what the hell are dressage knots? I mean, these are Bantu knots, honey. And who better to wear the Bantu knots on the cover of the 30th anniversary of Instyles than the African queen herself, honey, Iman. Anyway, so in other fashion news, listen, Jacquemus is celebrating the brand's 15th year anniversary at the Grand Estate of Curzio Malaparte. Who, now, if you're not familiar with Curzio, he is one of the most historic novelists in Italy. In the history of Italy, one of the most iconic. There go that word again. Sorry. Listen, I love the show. He was inspired by the vacation wardrobe of Jackie Kennedy Onassis, and also 90s Armani with his own special flair on it. We also can't talk about Jacquemus without talking about the accessories, honey. The double-soled mules, honey. I can't get enough of these. I need Jacquemus. I need you to make a pair of these in a song and send them to me, please. Okay? These shoes, I love this. Here are a couple of looks that I really, really loved. Listen, I've been a fan of Jacques Mousse for a long time now. I actually have one of his. I think it's called the Chiquito bag. It's a little, it's a bag with the one handle. I was, after I saw that collection with Bella Hadid and the News and the Second Skin, I was obsessed, and I've been a fan ever since. So huge congratulations to Jacques Mousse on this gorgeous collection and show. I was really impressed by this. I really liked it, and I think this collection, it was. He's always been good, but it was something about this collection that just screamed upgrade, and like there's something big coming. So I think this is a precursor for something very big in the near future. So I hope to see a lot more from Jacques Mousse. That's not his real name. His name is Simon something. I can't remember his real name. You guys, I'm tired. I drove 2 hours today. I'm trying to power through. Bear with me. Okay, thank you. All right, so our next story. Okay, so listen, it's Milan Fashion Week menswear. It is officially day 2. Ooh, my ankle is itching. It is officially day 2, and no show has really captivated me like Adrian Apilaza's second collection for Moschino. Listen, he is all about the show is about experiments with irony. I loved it. Was quirky, it was kitschy coo, it was in your face. And it was very, very Franco Moschino. Franco Moschino never took anything too seriously, and he often poked fun at the other fashion houses, Italian and French fashion houses. One detail in particular that I loved the dresses with the collars, but they were actual collars, so they were holes, so you could see under the dress. I love that. I also loved the accessories, the shoes that kind of look like ducks, the trippy prints. There were trippy prints, and there were also like random placed prints, like soccer balls inside of beautiful crystal pictures. I mean, I love this. Fendi also showed their menswear collection and gave, prep. It gave nuanced prep and all of that. I liked it. It wasn't the best. We've seen it before. A running trend during Milan Fashion Week so far in the last 2 days is definitely trench coats for the summertime. Definitely easy, breezy chiffons and satins and light cottons and things of that nature, paired with heavy accessories and bags and things like that. So I'm not going to say too much about it. I'm going to wait till it's over with, and then we have Paris Fashion Week for the men, and then we have the Piece de la Resistance, honey. We have Haute Couture Week. So that's really what I'm waiting on. Men's Fashion Week, every now and then you'll see a pop-in look on a woman, but the men's fashion, it can get a little repetitive, Also, Dolce & Gabbana showed this morning, as well as, a huge shout out to D Squared. I absolutely love that collection as well. Very erotic, put your hands all over my body. That's what it was giving. So huge congratulations to all of those designers, and I can't wait to see what else is in store for the rest of Milan Fashion Week. Now listen, more fashion, more fashion. So I am really excited about this new documentary that's hitting Hulu on June 25th. It is entitled Woman in Charge, and it is about the life, legacy, and career of iconic, there goes that word again, bitch, but she really is, iconic designer Diane von Furstenberg. I'm really excited about this. Diane von Furstenberg is definitely one of my top 10 favorite designers. She was actually one of the first designers that I actually ever knew about. It's about 10 of them that I really knew about before I was really like obsessed with fashion, and she's definitely one of them. She is the queen of the dress, honey. She created the wrap dress. She's just everything, and I can't wait to hear the ins and outs of her story. And also, a fun fact about Diane von Furstenberg, she was once married to the Prince of Germany, Egon von Furstenberg. So I would love to know more about how that transition came about from being married to a prince and being this royal princess to becoming this New York powerhouse hustler that gave the girls so many options and, just transformed fashion forever. So I'm really excited, and I'm definitely going to have to follow up and let you guys know how it was. So I have one more story for you guys. I'm a little tired, so we're going to do a quick episode today. So listen, last episode, which was exactly 5 days ago, we talked about, let me go back to my notes from last week so I make sure I get it right. We talked about last week. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Of activist, trans woman activist and author and former editor Raquel Willis on the Torre Show podcast, talking about her life and her experiences. By the way, again, the interview is 4 months old. Hollywood Unlocked picked it up and posted that one clip that went viral that sent Black Twitter and all the gossip blogs into oblivion, like blah, 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 saying that she doesn't feel comfortable. She doesn't feel the need to tell a man that she's trans until the second date. Now, they took that one clip and ran with it, and I talked about it last week. Well, this is 2 stories in one. TGIF, one of my favorite podcasts that I love to watch, with Claudia Jordan, Al Reynolds, and now Funky Dineva's replacement, Armand Wiggins, picked it up, and they started talking about it. And it got really, really divisive, and it got really, really ugly. Listen, I'm a huge fan of Claudia Jordan. She's definitely one of the OG beauty icons, definitely. I remember her from the videos back in the day, seeing her in magazines, Deal or No Deal. She's a hustler. She knows how to get that money. She still looks gorgeous at 50. But here's the thing with Claudia. Sometimes when they get on the subject of trans women, and before I even say that, why is it always these podcasts talking about trans women and what we do and when should we do this and when should we do that, and there's never a trans woman in the room when we have these conversations? Laverne Cox actually did a live, and she talked about this, and she said the same thing, and I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, why? And then with Claudia Jordan, she gets very agitated with this subject when Al Reynolds in particular asks her any follow-up questions. It's immediate, like, defense mode. Oh, I know what y'all gonna say, but I'm standing 10 toes down. And it's like, girl, what's your problem? And I really like Claudia Jordan. I really do. But it always seems real defensive when it comes to that. And I don't know if it's, some of it too, I think it's kind of like Al Reynolds kind of like poking the bear, because he's good at that. Al Reynolds is a really messy queen sometimes. But I like him too. So the conversation got really heated, and they had a guest host on there, which I didn't really get it. Comedian Lunel. And things took an interesting turn. Take a look.
Guess what,
I
y'all?
just feel like
Wait, let me finish my sentence. Al,
oh, Jesus, can I say something?
You keep cutting me off, Al. I was in the middle of saying, that's why I was saying, you back on this again. Okay. That's why I was saying, Al, and all of y'all, we have a panel discussion. The question is your opinion. So you're totally entitled to have your opinion, Al. You can tell them. You can tell your truth when you're married.
I'm just trying to have it. All I want to know, for me, in my opinion, is that I don't think it's this easy. That it could be like, oh, I want to, stand in my truth. I just feel like there's so many moving factors around this.
Right, because look,
have your opinion. I have mine.
No, but look, Al was married to Star.
That's true, but never told.
Talking about how gay he is on this show. Did you come out and expose yourself to Star when you first got married?
Oh my goodness, I have never been not truthful with anybody that I've been.
Oh, so Star knew she married a gay man.
I've talked about this.
Baby, I was wondering when somebody was gonna say it. And I feel like this was the most inappropriate time to say anything about it, because Al Reynolds was actually sympathizing with us trans girls and saying, listen, it's an uncomfortable situation to be in. It's not always the right time. Even if you tell the guy straight up, like, he was really going to bat for the girls. And Claudia really did seem like she was very agitated at that. Even if she didn't mean for it to come across that way, that's how it comes across, Claudia Jordan, when you talk about topics regarding trans women sometimes. And she definitely supports the community, but it's just something about it that really irritates her. And then after I saw it, I said, listen, everybody knows Al Reynolds does not like talking about his marriage to Star unless he wants to talk about it. Nobody ever mentions his marriage to Star Jones. Nobody ever really talks about it. Al Reynolds just kind of floats on through the celebrity stratosphere, and everybody acts like they don't remember that Al was playing houseboy for Star Jones. Now, do I think that Star Jones knew that Al Reynolds was bisexual when she married him? Is this a miracle bra and a wig I'm wearing? I mean, honey, I could have looked. Listen, you're not supposed to judge somebody by how they look about their sexuality or whatever. But honey, it was giving feeling the bull. You know, from day one when he stepped on the scene, and he's catapulted a career out of the dissolved marriage with Star Jones. I don't know how he can sit up on a gossip show and not talk about it and not be asked about it. But I didn't think that it was appropriate to bring it up at that time, because he wasn't talking about, oh, they shouldn't hide their sexuality. It just didn't make any sense the way they were coming at him. And then I thought, you know, Claudia Jordan, there's been rumblings that there's stuff going on behind the scenes on TGIF ever since Funky Dineva left. And I can definitely see a shift in the dynamics now that Armand Wiggins is there. And listen, I like Armand Wiggins too, but I don't think he don't need to be on TGIF. He does great on his own. He's a lot of personality, and his mouth flies off the handle sometimes, and not everybody on a panel is going to agree with his views, and it's going to rile people up. I don't think he was the right choice, but he's there now. And then I was also thinking, you know, Luenell and Claudia Jordan. I remember when Claudia Jordan was on Real Housewives of Atlanta years ago. And she was friends with Luenell. So I'm like, well, did you bring Luenell on the show because you knew this topic was happening and you wanted somebody to at Al without you, you know, kind of throw the rock and hide your hands and be a little shady? Well, after that episode aired, I thought everything was good. I went on about my business. Well, there was another episode. Oh, well, before I get to that, so Al Reynolds that day calls in on the Funky Dineva show while Funky Dineva is live. Of course, Funky Dineva's messy ass picks up the phone, and he immediately goes to cussing. Did you watch TGIF? Go back and watch. And Funky Dineva, I don't have that video. And Funky Dineva's like, girl, I'm live. And Al is like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I've never heard him so angry. So the next day, it's Al's birthday. And, you know, on TGIF, they do a roasting. Okay. So they did a roast on Al. And it was Armand Wiggins' turn. And, you know, take a look at this.
Gather round. It's roast time, okay? Today we're celebrating our very own Al Reynolds' birthday. Al, you're a man of many talents. Some of which include being messy, causing drama, and having a knack for making our workplace feel like a reality TV show. Al's got a unique ability to smile in your face, snap a picture, and go behind your back and talk about you to your coworker that he claims he hates. It's like he's got a PhD in two-faced studies, okay? Due to Al's special relationship with management and his hypersensitivity, we are not allowed to talk about his failed marriage. So even though he's brought it up many times, I'll steer clear of that topic to keep my job. Now, but wait, there's more. Al fancies himself as the facts guy, but somehow he never seems to get the actual facts right. He's also a talk show host who's supposed to have all the strong opinions, but the guy can't form a thought without his notes. Seriously, I've seen grocery store lists with more spontaneous insight. And let's not forget his legendary struggle with names and words. Al, it's successful, not successful. It's like watching a toddler trying to pronounce spaghetti. Oh, and how could I forget Al's clout chasing antics? He's got all these celebrities friends, but the best part, none of these celebrities actually know they're supposed to be friends with him. And as if that wasn't enough. Al is currently on a mission to get our talk show canceled.
I went all over YouTube looking for the full episode. I could not find it. They have scrubbed it from the internet, apparently. All the other bloggers were talking about it. Listen, if I didn't think that there was trouble in paradise between the cast of TGIF, I definitely think so now. Because let me tell you something about that messy-ass Armand Wiggins. Nothing flies out of his mouth that he's not really feeling. I mean, if there was no clue that there was anything going on between the three of them behind the scenes, it is now. They skipped the episode the next day. They were back last night, which was Friday, and everything seemed good. I watched that episode. So listen, TGIF is a great show. It's a great show. It came out during COVID. I remember watching it and not being interested at first, and then something happened, and then I could not stop watching it. Like, I was never a YouTube podcast watcher until, around COVID time. And this was one of the ones I used to watch. And, I think Armand Wiggins is the wrong fit. I'm starting to think that maybe Al needs to go too, because it was something that Funky Dineva had that just tied all three of them together. And I say that because he's gone now, you could kind of see the cracks in the foundation. And there has been many episodes where Al and Claudia get into it, or Armand Wiggins and Al gets into it. Armand Wiggins has stepped on Al's toes since he's been there. I mean, I don't know. I hope they don't cancel it, though. I really hope they don't. I hope they can get past this. But I definitely think they need to find a different third co-host. Or maybe add a fourth person. Listen, I'm green to this. But listen, I can talk. I don't know. But you know what? I will say this about Armand Wiggins. If that's your coworker, that was really messy. If all of that is true, and listen, Armand don't lie. If all of this is true, and this is how you feel, and this is what's going on, I don't think that was appropriate. And Claudia Joy, you are messy as hell for just standing by and letting that go down like that. And something tells me, Claudia, you knew that Armand was coming to work that day with a loaded gossip gun, honey. I could tell by the look on her face, she was chomping at the bits before he even started talking, honey. I don't know. Anyway, guys, listen. I'm going to try my best to be back by Tuesday. That's all I have for you today. I'm tired. I want something to eat. Although, isn't it so wonderful that I could feel so bad and still look so good? I'm really feeling this hair on me. I don't know. I'll keep on wearing it. Fuck it. Anyway, guys, that's today's show. I love you. Ciao.